I sort of like almost played that up to where I didn't really know where he came from. The player's not going to know where he comes from. And so we're kind of in that together. So the only thing I can do is just the only thing I can do is speak with sort of a telling lilt in my voice, so you never know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So
it's bizarre hearing that voice like live.
You. I am but a humble merchant.
thank you for your patronage.
What are you buying? Is another one.
Yeah. What are you buying? Wasn't he? Doesn't he say? Doesn't he say, "What are you buying?" And then he says, like, an old associate of mine used to say that, or something like that.
Yeah, from Resident Evil 4, the merch.
Yeah, yeah.
That's an Easter egg to that, which was great.
What are you buying? Just something an old friend of mine used to say.
Mr. Allen, I've been waiting for you, Mr. Dan Allen. Anyone who's anyone has heard of the likes of you, especially your YouTube channel. It's amazingly entertaining. Good job.
Oh man, that's brilliant.
I've been waiting for you, Mr. Winters.
How do you know my name?
Anyone who is anyone has heard of the likes of you.
So then I didn't hear anything, and then I got another audition, and what was funny was what I prepared for that audition, what I did in that audition, based on what they instructed, was a Russian accent. And the character sounded like this. It was very, very, very sort of. It was kind of like like a Russian Hervé Villachez from Fantasy Island, you know, the little guy.
Yeah.
And that's what I auditioned for. And I had very expressive, because I knew it was going to be performance capture. That's one thing I did know. I didn't know any information, but I knew that. So I was trying to make faces and, how are you? And trying to make it be so that you could actually understand what the character was saying, and did that, and then got the part, and still had no idea what it was for. And it was a while before I actually found out what it was for. And when I did find out what it was for, I was absolutely thrilled, because of course the minute they said what it was for, bam, it's 25 years ago. I'm in a sleeping bag at my friend's house. We're playing the first one. We're absolutely terrified. I'm pissing myself, but I'm trying to keep it together because I don't want the other guys to know. It was actually my friend. I want to give a shout out, Matt Geisreiter. That was his name, Matt Geisreiter.
Shout out to Matt.
Like 6th or 7th grade or something. I was over at his dad's place, and we were playing it with his stepbrother, and scared the living shit out of me. So anyway, cut to now. It was so exciting. But then when I went in to do the first recording, I looked at the lines, and the first line I said, Mr. Winters, anyone has heard of the likes of you. And they were like, oh, no. No, he doesn't have a Russian accent. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. I thought it was okay. And so I was like, Mr. Winters, anyone has heard of the likes of you.
Yes.
And they're like, well, no. See, it's not as harsh. It's a little bit more lilting. It's basically like having an English accent without having an English accent. So then I said, Mr. Winters, anyone has heard of the likes of you. And then that's what it became for the rest of the time. But what's funny is, and this is a little bit of trivia, and this is something that I noticed. I wouldn't expect anybody else to notice this, or maybe they do.
Yeah.
When you're going through, when you're selling things to the Duke, or when you're upgrading your weapons or whatever, that voice is a little bit more. It's not as creepy. It's just kind of, oh, I can do that for you, and it's because that was the first stuff I recorded. So initially, so then all the cutscene stuff is a little bit more sinister and a little bit more telling. All that stuff was sort of later, when I had really landed on the character. So I hope that doesn't bug anybody, or people didn't notice it before, and now they're going to notice it after I've said it. But I certainly noticed it when I first started playing it.
There you are. I had a feeling you would pop up here.
It was all worthless.
Is that so? I assume you've picked up something of value.
I would just like to say thank you very much from the bottom of my enlarged Duke heart.
Thank you for playing the game, and beware. Beware, it gets scarier and scarier as you play it.